I'm Joe Catalano with an AM Quincy news update for Tuesday, August 13th. A Quincy church will not be allowed to set up tents for migrants. The Lutheran Church on the Hill on Granite Street was ordered by the city to remove tents that had been set up for about 24 migrants last week. Church volunteers organized the tent encampment for the migrants who are turned away from the Family Welcome Center at Eastern Nazarene College when it closes at the end of the day. Some of the migrants have been sleeping in tents at the Wollaston T Station. The city's Inspectional Services Department ordered the tents at the church removed after neighbors complained about unsanitary conditions. Church leaders complied with the city order. The issue has come to a head after the state imposed a 5-day limit on shelter stays last week. Volunteers from the church are now paying for the families who were at the Lutheran Church to stay at hotels, but they say that is unsustainable. A young man faced charges yesterday after he was accused of being under the influence of drugs in a crash on the Sagamore Bridge that left a woman dead. 19-year-old Paul Myers of Plymouth was driving on the bridge, which carries Route 6 over the Cape Cod Canal, on Friday night when he crashed into a car. Myers was driving westbound in the left lane when he tried to pass a vehicle in front of him illegally by shifting into the right lane and crashing into a Toyota Corolla. Police said the impact caused the Corolla to hit the curb and spin across the median, crashing into a vehicle traveling in the opposite direction. Prosecutors said Myers told responding troopers that he caused the crash. 79-year-old Martha Sheldon of Plymouth, a passenger in the Corolla, died as a result of the head-on collision. The 83-year-old driver sustained serious injuries. Prosecutors said after the crash, Myers opened the door of his vehicle. Troopers could smell a strong marijuana odor coming from the car. Myers was released on $10,000 bail in order to surrender his Jamaican passport and remain drug-free. Myers is also not allowed to drive a vehicle. The other passenger in Sheldon's car remains in serious condition. The man who died in a fall at a construction site in Boston's Theater District on Friday has been identified. The DA's office identifies the man as 43-year-old Barry Medeiros from Taunton. They confirmed he died after falling from construction scaffolding on Tremont Street, the address of the Emerson Cutler Majestic Theater. The incident remains under investigation. Police were called to the site about 12:45 Friday afternoon. The person was pronounced dead at the scene. OSHA is also investigating. First responders were seen outside the Majestic Theater at the time, but it's unclear if the construction involved the theater. Brockton Hospital is set to reopen its doors to patients and staff after more than a year and a half. The newly renovated emergency and critical care unit are set to open this morning, as well as the renovated main lobby. The hospital is also introducing a new outpatient surgical facility, which administrators said will make same-day surgeries more convenient. But not everything at the hospital is opening today. The maternity ward will open in September, with mental health and pediatrics due to open later in the year. The hospital underwent a massive renovation after an electrical fire early last year forced it to shut down. Nearly 200 firefighters from the surrounding area responded, and 160 patients had to be evacuated, but no one was hurt, despite a series of setbacks during the renovations, including HVAC issues and doors not working. Hospital officials said they finished sooner than expected. A member of a nationwide drug trafficking ring was sentenced yesterday in federal court in Boston. Throughout the investigation, over 160 pounds of pure methamphetamine, as well as an AK-47, a Glock with no serial number, 2 loaded Smith & Wesson handguns, and over 4,200 rounds of ammunition were seized. An illegal marijuana grow operation with hundreds of marijuana plants was also dismantled. 39-year-old Robin Costa from Brockton was sentenced to 102 months in prison, followed by 3 years supervised release. The indictment also charged 10 other defendants with controlled substance offenses, firearm offenses, and money laundering offenses. Costa is the second defendant to be sentenced. All other defendants have pleaded guilty and are awaiting sentencing. A check of business news this morning. Stocks are mixed. The Dow is down 140 points. The Nasdaq rose 35, and the S&P is up a fraction. Asian stocks are also mixed. The dollar rose. The euro is flat. Oil at $79 a barrel. In sports, Red Sox beat the Rangers 5-4 in 10 innings at Fenway last night. Series continues tonight at 7:10. The National Weather Service forecast today, mostly sunny, high of 83 degrees. For tonight, clear, a low of 58. Tomorrow, mostly sunny, high of 85. On Thursday, some isolated thunderstorms, high of 81. And Friday, partly cloudy, high 82. For the boater, waves about a foot. Northwest winds right now 5 to 10 knots, become southwest later today. High tide 6:31 p.m. Sunrise 5:49, sets at 7:46. Traffic note: Fore River Bridge scheduled to open at 11 a.m. I'm Joe Catalano with an AM Quincy news update for Tuesday, August 13th.